Hello, welcome to December 22nd, 2022. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. This is something that I do each and every morning, shortly after waking up. It's now 4:26 a.m. I do this in order to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, and in order to think about how I did applying these to the challenges and opportunities encountered yesterday, basically in the last 24 hours, including last night, and then to plan for the coming day, try to map out what rough spots might be ahead, and to even try to prepare for the unexpected bits, and also make sure that I'm cognizant and at making an effort to recognize when the good moments come too, so that I can enjoy and capitalize on those to the best of my ability. Here comes Ollie. Hi, Ollie. It's a little bit warmer this morning. It feels good. I don't even feel chilly yet. So he looks like he's happier too. Sometimes he's reluctant to come out of bed to join me because it's so darn cold. So let's begin. I'm going to go quickly this morning because do the lightning round, as I need to go into the office today, so I need the extra time for the commute. So let's focus mostly on the details, and then we'll go quickly through the creed. Oh, and good morning, Parker. So last night and yesterday, I slept really well. I was up. Wasn't really thinking about work, but I was up. My body seems to have trained itself to wake up in the pre-dawn hours. We'll see what happens with that, but I feel surprisingly rested. Yesterday was a pretty standard day. Well, no, not necessarily. I had a big meeting, big sponsor meeting. And it was supposed to be an hour, and it wound up being 2 hours, and it was intense. And I was doing a lot of facilitation and note taking, and trying to act as kind of what would that role be? I was the one trying to document the effort. Had it up on the screen, trying to show we were trying to reach an agreement with a vendor, and that took a lot out of me. Yet I was done with that by 10 a.m. I still had a full day of work ahead of me. Yet I packed a full day's worth of work in. Man, some days I swear to gosh, I'll squeeze a couple of days worth of work out of a single day. Yesterday was one of them. You'd think I'd be more exhausted right now, but I'm not. I feel good. One thing was that Yumiko challenged me to go to the beach, and then I had another meeting in the evening that went long too. So I ended up finishing work an hour, doing an hour of overtime last night. I should try to recover that back. I'll send an email to my boss, because we could do flex time. Maybe I can flex that. I can leave a little early today. Or maybe finish the day a little early tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, because I already have flexed an hour and a half for tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. I'll squeeze my way towards having the afternoon off. Anyway, really, really productive day. Otherwise, Emily's here, which is great. We had a really nice dinner with her and a nice talk. She broke some great news to us that she's looking for an internship in Tokyo, which would be fascinating. What a great life adventure that would be. So Yumiko and I are all behind it. I think Yumiko wants to be packed in her suitcase and be brought over with her, though. Yumiko and I, every now and then, in our search for houses in Japan, every now and then we'll find one that we really like, each of us, and we get real restless. We just want to buy it, and even if we can't live there yet, just buy it to have it. And I found one, or did she find it? I found it, or she found it. I found it, and I shared it with her. That's usually the way it goes. One of us will find it. We'll like, this is pretty nice. We'll share it with the other, and that'll really hit the soft spot for them. And she's done that with me too. And she just can't get this one house in it's in Kanagawa, very close to Atami, Manzanaza or something like that. Wow. So she's like, take me with you, Emily. I like the idea of Emily getting back to Japan and having that experience, coming back with having picked up America here, and then going back and then trying out wearing that for size, given that she's also Japanese. What an interesting combination of cultures that would be. She's so lucky to have both, as I mentioned to her last night, both cultures inside of her, in addition to the language. the sweet spot. So that was yesterday. The challenges were keeping my head clear and sound, and I did. Especially during that meeting, I'm always a camera on kind of guy, and I did catch myself keeping good solid focus on the camera, keeping the notes up, and I even got a really nice email from the CEO of the vendor CEO was in the meeting, and that person sent me a follow-up email afterwards, just one-on-one, thanking me for my professionalism and my participation and my work on the project, which meant a lot to me. So I guess that's a sign that I'm maintaining despite my age, because I do feel it. I do feel I'm losing my game, my edge. It's fading. Okay, I think that's enough of all that. Let's do the Good Life meditation. I'll see if I get the scorecard out. If I can make it to 33 without missing anything. I know I can make it through the 7 objectives without any problem. These are as follows. The objective to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life objectives and principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities, and to always do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly, deliberately, and carefully. And if you're curious about any of these and want to take a deeper dive, you can do so by reading my book, Going Alone. This is the journey, this is the document of the journey of my life, biggest great life adventure of my life, going deep into the desert wilderness and discovering that God doesn't exist. And then coming back and deciding what the heck am I going to do with that, right? Now that I'm on my own. And that is that I worked up this Good Life Creed, these 7 objectives and 33 principles that I use to manage my life and to live a good life in a universe where I don't have anybody to turn to other than my family, my friends, my community. So this is what the book is about. And the chapter called The Good Life is where I lay all that out. And then I have a second, it's a sequel book that I've already written. I just have to finish editing, called The Good Life, where I take a deeper dive in all these ideas. Okay, here we go with the 33 principles. Let's see if I can check off 33 at the end, or if I'll miss 1 or 2 like I usually do. The ones that I usually miss are, I miss the pirate ride sometimes. I typically miss the season of philosophy. Sometimes I miss the Feast of Offal. So I've got to keep an eye out for those 3. Here we go. I'll just name them and check off. War, reason, homunculus, anchorhold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, pirate ride, another one I sometimes miss, principle of maturity, social principle, principle of family. Thought I'd missed that one, huh? It's a new one I just added. Public speaking, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be born, the Feast of Offal, distraction, I feel like I'm in an area where I could mess up, agency and the great indifference, that's 20. There's like a little center one right there. I can almost see it. Agency, the best seat in the house. I sometimes miss that one too. I think I'm good so far. Okay, here's a 4 in a row. I think I can get through these. These are the restless man, the path of wildness, the great life adventure, and then number 4 is the risk of avoiding risk. 25. Here we go. from that one comes, here's a little iffy spot right here. Oh yeah, no, I got this one. Sin and damnation, complete oblivion, the season of philosophy, got that one. The bullseye aim, the uphill climb, I think I got it, that's 30. Arena and utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. 33. I got them, which is kind of stunning because I recently, just this week, added a new principle, namely the principle of family and the sub-principle of catalyst. They're squeezed right there between the social principle and principle of public speaking. And usually when I insert something new or make even the slightest change, it just throws off the whole cadence and the remembrance. But I seem to have quickly overcome that. So much for losing my edge. No, it is true. I am losing my edge. I know when I'm done. I'm not quite done with work, but I'm done. I'm on my way. I think I'm still giving good value to my employer, but I want to get out before that changes and before I become a burden in a way and somebody that they wish they didn't have around. Hi, little Rudy. Both dogs are here. You guys ready to go for your little walking in just a sec? We'll do that. Okay, let's plan for the day. So I'll finish this video. I'll upload it. I'll read my Bible, and then I'll take the dogs. I'll feed the dogs, walk the dogs, hop in the car, and on my way to Riverside for work. I'll stop along the way at Green River Junction. Is it a junction? It's just a Green River off-ramp out there, Corona. I'll get me a Starbucks on the way. Take a handful of nuts with me to have. Oh, I got some nuts at the office, I think, in my cube, in my drawer there. And then dem nuts. These nuts. And then I'll get to work, and I have a good day ahead of me. I don't have a lot of meetings. I just have meetings in the morning. Should go pretty straightforward, but I have a lot of stuff I want to get through. I'd really have to get some stuff right before when I first get there. I need to get there on time. I need to get something from a team member before our first meeting at 9 o'clock. No problem, I'll do that. And I'm going to keep this edge that I've got going. I've kind of picked it up from Juan, and it's an effort to be more attentive to my visualization, more attentive to my thinking, not letting my mind just wander on its own. Duh, how could it take me 58, almost 59 years to gain that recognition and skill? Something that Juan is, I think, very well adept at. And I've been doing it largely under Juan's, guidance. And he hasn't been overtly teaching me, but he's just kind of watching him by example and the things that he says, picking it up. And it really works. It's astonishing once you can take control of that internal dialogue and not let it just run around and do whatever the hell it wants to do. Put a leash on it, and then direct it. And I've somehow, for some reason, saddled this onto the principle called nothing is enough, which is actually an important principle to me, but I never spend any time talking about it. It doesn't seem to really go anywhere, although I know that it's something significant, the idea that of boiling our wants down to next to nothing. I don't know why I'm saddling that particular principle with this ability to control. I know, it just dawned on me why. Excuse me, because being able to control the internal dialogue and the desires then allows us to appreciate and operate without having to have things to fill our time and our minds. I think it belongs there. Maybe as a sub-principle of some sort. I'll have to give it some name. Or maybe it is the principle itself. It feels like it's a little something else, like it's a sub-principle in that. But this is where the fun is. This is the effort, of the daily effort of managing this creed and tuning it to the mark. But with that, I'll also remember to have fun today. So, pardon me. I'll have a nice lunch too. I'll get tacos for lunch and have it in my cube. All right. And with that, I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And my life now is done. Take care. Bye-bye.